NewGenGamers.com.
Of titles which would become the 3DO.
So 3DO Company created a blueprint for this system with the help of some guys that had worked in the industry previously, making the Atari Lynx and some other things.
Yeah, it was basically a concept.
Yeah, and Hawkins hired two guys to put the architecture together to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, his idea was to create the blueprints for a next-generation 32-bit, do-it-all, set-top system box, kind of like we have nowadays.
Yeah, something that really we're still hoping to get with our systems and with all of our toys that we have in our house.
That is fully upgradable and licensed the actual hardware manufacturing to do some of the world's largest electronics manufacturers.
This thing was way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, they definitely had the right idea going with this. So he joined forces with R.J. McCall, I hope I said his name right, and Dave Needle to create the most innovative system of the 90s.
Yeah, and these were the guys that created the architecture for the system and what it became. And what it was a set of software standards. Rather than actually make the system himself, Trip Hawkins had some guys put together a blueprint and then hired manufacturers to make the machine. And basically, all 3DO the company was a middleman.
Yeah, essentially. It was more of licensed out than anything else.
He licensed the hardware and the software to offer better deals for both parties.
And a lot of parties signed up to produce 3DO systems and games.
People were in love with this thing at first. A lot of people believed it and thought that this was going to be the next big thing. People invested heavily.
Some of the
and
companies...
I just got my ass whooped. If you look at this is a really well done 3D game. And I believe this is actually 3D. It's very smooth and plays very well.
Yeah, it actually has some really decent 3D in it.
An excellent full motion video.
Yeah, this cutscene's nice.
PS1 quality, at least.
At least Saturn quality.
At least.
So this system came out before those ones, so all these plans were put together, and not only were those companies involved, companies like AT&T, Time Warner, MCA were all lined up to be involved originally.
Samsung, Creative Labs.
And they were all going to release different versions of the 3DO. AT&T had a version plan that would allow a TV tuner setup to be in it, so you could see what was on TV and what was going to be coming up. Modem support with internet plans. And
so this was originally planned to be the first online console.
And I am going to get my ass kicked. Yeah, and it's just, when it all came to be, the system ended up coming to retail at a ridiculous price.
Yes, unfortunately it was released in 1993 at $700.
And before the release, all of those big names dropped off like
AT&T.
Like it was a bad habit. AT&T dropped off, Time Warner dropped off, the big corporate supporters dropped off. Now, when Tripp went public with the company, he put a clause that all stockholders had to hold their stock for 18 months. And this was during the course of the period of the release into the first year of the system being on the market. So all those stockholders had to hold on from that point when the company went public.
Which is a smart move in his case because, you know, companies that are new to how the video game business works would probably not take into example that it's not going to sell like hotcakes on the first day. You got to get some word of mouth out there.
That, and it was an upstart company, started almost exclusively with Tripp's own personal finances, so they really had to make this make money as it was going, so he needed the influx of cash from going public with the company to keep it going. Now I'm going to show you the inventory here real quick before we finish off with this. Now here you see your different slots. I'll run up here and grab a few pieces of armor.
Would you like to know why the 3DO was called such?
Sure.
It was originally designed to be the next step in home entertainment. Audio, video, 3DO. That's kind of cheesy.
It's very cheesy.
But they basically wanted it to be a format, essentially.
So here's the armor setup of this game. So this isn't a bad game. This is a decent 3D game. So let's go ahead and move on. This is one of the better hack and slash games I think you'll find on this game. So
all right, let's
check
move
it out.
on to something a little crazier.
A 3DO experience
From Electronic Arts.
and another from Electronic Arts title. This is Shockwave.
So take new game.
Let's try a new game.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special report.
Look at this.
Unexpected meteor showers.
Uh-oh. Impending space doom.
Oh fuck, we're gonna die.
Widespread damage and disruption to many communication systems. The National Weather Service reports.
Oh no.
Controller, what is going on? Al, what
Turn
is-
off the camera.
Now we're seeing
Technical
another
difficulties.
we're
Please
seeing
stand
another
by.
aspect of the 3DO where they use a lot of full motion video and you hadn't seen that a lot yet. The CD systems really brought that in.
Yeah, these are pretty much done with blue screens. The actors acting over a blue screen, and then they have a digital background.
To kind of mix in with what the gameplay is going to look like when you get to it.
Yeah, it's a little better looking than traditional sprites that we'd seen in the earlier systems.
And I think it's
Pretty
kind of
decent video quality to it too.
and it's funny that you see that full motion video died with all the early CD-based games, because I think Resident Evil would be close to the last one that would use full motion video at the beginning, because it really takes you out of the fantasy of it, I believe.
Yeah,
But
nowadays it almost wouldn't if they would digitize the characters, but at this time there was definitely a difference when you see that and then your characters
Completely different
just a blocky
mass.
Well, we went into the full motion video there.
Your F-177 is equipped
Alright, we're going to do a little bit of training here.
Intelligent Combat Engine. ICE will assist you with systems operation and tactical data. Stay within the indicated flight path. We'll be bombarding targets outside your flight path with missiles and orbital lasers. Avoid flight path deviation or risk being hit by friendly fire.
I've seen her in something before.
Was it a porno?
Was she the wife in Truman Show?
Yeah, I can't think of her name though.
No, I can't
It is
either.
her.
Alright. And this is ICE, the computer that's helping you.
There are 3 bars to the left of your monitor, showing shield,
One
laser,
orange,
and
one
fuel
green,
level.
one blue.
The F-177
Can we skip this?
No.
This is the problem with CD quality
That's
audio.
what I
These
figured.
these early games didn't give
I
you
can
the
pause
option
it.
to skip a lot of these things.
They will also replenish
Yeah,
missiles.
once you played the game 3 or 4 times, it's like, come on, let me skip.
If you're
Here we go.
speaking,
Alright.
first notice your
博士
なんか言った
3D 用の新作ソフトが続々です。中世を舞台に繰り広げられるファンタジックアクションザ・フォード。ルール無用の超過激バイクレースロードラッシュ。ハリウッドからの傑作インタラクティブシューティングショックウェーブ。それにしても迷いますね博士。あれ博士。
なんか言った
超ゲーム体験 3D オーリアル。
Panasonic.
New Gen Gamers.